Welcome into a great NXT on tap tonight. We have a big show for you. We are going to discuss everything that happened tonight. Big surprises. Oh man, I'm so excited. I can't. Phil, Jax, how you guys doing tonight?
Can we brush through the rest of the bullshit tonight and just go to the two big things? Like there was a tag team match, there was this match, some shit happened backstage. So and so did this, someone took a piss. I'm pretty sure that their guy had a Kurt Angle belt in the crowd. Fuck him. But there you go. I covered NXT for you.
All I'm gonna say is I was shook. I was not okay. My heart nearly stopped. But then again, I had to remember this is reality and this is not an alternate simulation. So, yeah, I'm freaking out.
I can't tell you this, Scalz, about NXT.
That is exactly how the show was tonight. The show was fucking awesome. You had big moments throughout the entire show. And I'm still baffled because no one knew how any of this was happening. There was no reports of it anywhere. And we got two huge surprises tonight.
Huge is an understatement. Like, these are massive. So earth-shattering.
Let's talk about the first one because that's the biggest thing. Like this is not a free agent. This is something WWE never does. We got Jordynne Grace on NXT tonight to challenge for the NXT Women's Championship. Like, are you kidding me? Jax, what are your thoughts on this?
Fuck you, Shadow.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
I thought it was executed perfectly. It was very well done. When the siren went off, I was like, I ain't gonna lie to anyone. There's a little bit pull behind the curtain. Scalz is witness to this. I popped so hard, my mama came in the room and was like, "Shut up! Don't ever do that." She's like, "Don't ever do that again."
Like, Jax went crazy. We both went crazy.
That's funny because I freaked out down here and I got a text. It's like, "Shut up! You're being too loud." I'm like,
"Yeah, like it was." I didn't think it was going to happen. Like I wasn't expecting Jordynne.
All right, we got a lot of people in the chat tonight. We got Zach Velocity, we got Travis, we got Sean, we got Shadow, we got a brand new person coming in tonight. Thank you for the follow a couple days ago, Ben Smith. Mentioning, just imagine if WWE was able to sign Josh Alexander. So it's to me, it's not about who they can sign. It's just now about utilizing what they can utilize. Like, the first thing that I want to see is I want to see the Rascals on my screen. Like, I want all of them together.
Yes, like yo, if I can do like fantasy booking, like I want to see like Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel versus like Wesley and Javon Evans.
No, I want Wesley. I want a trios match with them three together.
Fair enough.
You in that. Like, no, Scalz wants the fucking Rascals. And I'm over here with the chat going, we could have the North.
Shadow.
We have the fucking North, baby.
The North!
Stop with this. I don't hate the idea. I hate the way that they do it because it doesn't benefit the other company. The way AEW does the Forbidden Door idea, it's all about benefiting them. New Japan gets nothing out of it. TNA got nothing out of when they were with AEW. Like, that's what I don't like about it. If it benefits both companies, fucking amazing. Hey, I met him with you at the show. But there's so many fantasy bookings that we can do. Like, and it's all over Twitter. Like, everybody is out. You had Cedric Alexander tag Mustafa Ali in a post. Oh, since I gave you a shot at my cruiserweight, does this mean I get a shot at the X division? Mustafa replies, I feel like that's right. Like, come on. Like, the wrestlers want this. WWE needs to do this. And it could be huge on both parts.
Wait, y'all realize this opens the door more for Matt Hardy? Oh,
absolutely. It does. Matt Hardy wants to be a part of the whole Uncle Howdy thing. Like, he wants to be a part of that.
Y'all looking at small potatoes.
Zach, I don't think he wants to come back to WWE this soon. If this was a couple years down the road, maybe. Right now, I think that wound is still too fresh. That he just left there and then came back. Yeah, I know, Shadow. That I don't want to agree with it, and I showed it to Jax as well. I don't want to agree with it, but it's a great idea. I gotta give props to Shadow though. Actually, no, we're not at that point yet of the show. We'll get to that later. But yeah, I just Jordynne Grace on NXT, and she's fighting next week versus
against Stevie Turner. Ooh,
against Stevie Turner. I will say it in a little bit, Shadow. Yeah, I'm all for this. Zach says, you guys think AJ Styles has one final TNA run if he hasn't given any more WWE championships? So that's what I was just alluding to with what Shadow had presented to me. He, someone on Twitter suggested that Nick Aldis, since he doesn't have anything more for him there, Nick Aldis allows him to go have a TNA run for one last run in there before he retires, which I think would be great.
Small potatoes.
That's not small, Jax. That's not small.
Small potatoes, sir. No one's looking at the big, huge.
And what's that?
Fucking picture.
And what's that?
That is Santino Marella.
Santino Marella.
Make a comeback, baby.
Can we get him and Ariana Grace in the same ring?
Oh, see? Potatoes now, Scalz. Now you're talking potatoes, buddy.
If I had my wallet, I would be banging this on my desk right now. Take my money. Got Paige next Sunday, and Nick and Grace next Sunday, and July. I got Julia and Paige in Toronto. Oh, whoop-de-doo, Sean. What do you want, a cookie?
All right, people in the chat are talking about it, so let's bring it up now. In the main event of the night, we had the second surprise of the night. No one had any idea that this was coming. Like, was ridiculous. But in the ring, you have Trick Williams and Lash Legend. Lash is confronting Trick about being the person who attacked Oro Mensah and Noam Dar. And it just was, oh, man. The lights went out. They come back on, and you don't see anybody else in the ring. And then all of a sudden, here comes Ethan Page. All ego Ethan Page attacks Trick and says that he is the one that attacked those two. You're right, Ben Smith. Vic Joseph also said almost said AEW live on camera. And then just Booker T interrupted him.
Whoa.
I think that's the one company they cannot mention. That's really the only company I think that they will not mention.
There was one other slip up that there was one other thing that Vic said tonight that was just completely out there, and that
he almost said "holy shit."
Like there was that, but then he also told Booker's like, "Oh, please, Booker, if you stood up, the desk would fall over." Are you, Vic? Are you saying Booker is a hard on? Hey, yo.
I agree, Shadow. But I gotta give credit to Shadow on this. Shadow said that Ethan was going to show up in NXT once he got released, once he was no longer in AEW. So good call there, Shadow.
And Scalz, you called that also about Ethan Page with the vlogs.
What were you saying, Jax?
NXT is now is a destination and not just a developmental. I mean, they're drawing some of Ethan Page for a little bit. Him and Scorpio Sky were fucking up there. Like Ethan Page isn't a little name.
Man of the year, man.
I think, and to go back to what Shadow said, you don't. How many times did we hear WWE reference WCW? Like straight up say WCW.
Oh, did they ever really mention it?
You don't acknowledge you don't acknowledge the other company. You acknowledge the accolades that the wrestlers have done. Multiple world champions, Japan, multiple different companies. But you never want to blatantly come out and state like TNA. I see now there's some sort of working relationship. Just like with AEW and New Japan. There's some sort of working relationship. Drop the names, all right? You want to give the rub to the people you're working with. But don't mention the one, like, don't shit on, like, Ethan Page has been a champion all over the world. You ain't got to say AEW. You can say all over the world.
Danhausen and NXT or even main roster since he's not used in AEW or ROH. That would be cool. I mean, give come on, Danhausen versus R-Truth.
From what I understand about Danhausen, he's actually going to be a free agent if he's not already. There's a lot of people in AEW that's becoming free agents. You have Danhausen, Jake Hager's contract is coming up. Mark Henry's contract expired today. Arn Anderson's contract.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people leaving AEW as well. Shadow saying this era of NXT can eclipse Black and Gold, and he hates.
I hate to admit that.
Zach was talking about ROH from Danhausen tweet message. Who's the other person that you want to see? And you said Moose. Okay, I see it there. I would love to see Moose. I think he fits the WWE mold, so to speak. Jake Hager's going to bring his hat. AEW is moving away from the comedy OC as a pivot point.
There's a lot of independent shows. Yeah, he won the title for 3 minutes until Matt Cardona said, "No, you don't deserve it."
But what else did we think about this show tonight, though? Outside of these two big surprises, what did you guys enjoy?
What are your guys' thoughts on how the Women's North American Championship looks?
Let's talk about that fucking segment. All right.
There we go. I knew
like
something was going to come
like
up.
You were a guest on someone's program. Don't come out there twerking your ass off like you're in one of your music videos. Respect that ring. I know there's a lot of female wrestlers that have that gimmick, but no, you're not a wrestler. You're
just a rapper and a social media.
Is she a rapper? I don't know who Sexy Red is.
She's known as a rapper, and she's also known on social media.
So
she's got this. It's either a tattoo, a new tattoo.
Yeah, she's got one.
I was thinking about what you were saying. You said that she has sexy tattooed on her face, right?
She got sexy on her chin.
Was it on the same side of where? So could WWE have used a makeup artist to cover that with that tattoo so they didn't show that on screen?
With ice cream scoops? and a cone.
I guess I'm just saying.
That's
yes,
the best.
Yes, Shadow. What do you want us to hold the fuck on and pause and everything?
TNA working relationship means Eric Young could very well come back and be a part of Wyatt 6.
I would not hold my breath on that. Eric Young has been very outspoken, but that was when Vince was still there.
Correct. I was just going to say that. That was a Vince WWE. He loves working for Triple H and NXT.
Mm-hmm.
I see him more as a backstage role coming up now than an on-screen character.
But yeah, that opening segment, the belt is fire though. I love the belt.
I love the red center plate.
It just pops.
I like the red also.
I don't know. It's just something about white strapped belts like that just always make the design pop even more than normal.
Yeah, I could see that. But no, that belt was Ava's growing on me. Ava's growing on me slowly.
She's doing a lot better job than people give her credit for.
She does.
She's doing a good job. I said she was growing on me.
I didn't say you did. I'm just saying she's doing a lot better than what people are giving her credit for.
Yeah. Zach mentioned mentions Abyss would be fire for an on-screen character in WWE. I would agree.
I mean,
we could
have had that.
Producing right now.
Yeah, we had that. We could have had that. We had Joseph Park for one point with AJ, which I thought
we did. Yeah, he was
great.
He was AJ's statistic guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and also we had that women's North American title, Sexy Red presenting it and all. Tatum Paxley just immediately going mine, which then led into
her coming from the side of the ring.
The first, which led right into the first of the two qualifiers, which was Tatum Paxley versus Mi Chin. How do we feel about that one?
I would have liked to see Tatum win, but I know why they did Mia.
Yeah.
Because of when she was in NXT, she was known as the Queen of the Ladder matches. It's a throwback to Keith Lee in a North American Championship. So I think she actually has a good chance at winning the belt. We had the second match for that later on, which was Ren Sinclair versus
Kalani Jordan.
I mean, this one was a foregone conclusion before the match even started, but the two actually put on a good show.
I mean, Ren Sinclair came out with new gear like a new entrance theme, new gear. She's looking great.
Yes.
There you go. NXT Underground. That's another one that you could do.
That'd be a good one.
Slamovich versus Shayna in the WWE ring. Ooh, Shadow, that's a good one too.
Yeah, but you can't do that. Ortiz is still in
AEW.
AEW.
Yeah.
There's so many things we could try for.
Santana's been very open about his singles run.
Yeah, and he said he never
do this for a long time.
Like Shadow said, they've openly said they will not work together again.
No, that ship has sailed.
Unfortunately, but yeah. What else we want to discuss about NXT?
Well, I mean, I remember two interesting points with both both qualifiers. With Mia and Tatum, we had Jada Parker come to the NXT to the commentary table and discuss with Vic and Booker, and then for the second one, we ended up having Fallon Henley. Interesting.
Well, they wanted to probably showcase more of the competitors in the match as well.
Yeah, true. What else? We also had Riley Osborne and Ridge Holland together in a match. I like the new theme for Ridge. It kind of defines him a little more as his own sort of his own individual person. And he and Riley had a pretty good match.
Yeah.
Shadow says
Riley's a good worker.
Yeah, definitely.
Is a North American belt and TNA partnership a test run for main roster things? I would say the women's North American belt, yes, is a test. I guess they want to see the reaction that they get from TNA. But
yeah, TNA is an NXT thing. Because no fucking offense to TNA wrestling. Name one motherfucker on that roster, one that could stand up to a Gunther, that could stand up to a Randy Orton.
Moose
couldn't stand up to Gunther if he tried.
What about Josh Alexander?
Chad Gable. Best.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I'm going to try throwing whoever I can at the wall now to see if it sticks, but I'm not going to do that.
So you're trying to say that none of them.
That's a good one.
I just don't see their main eventers standing toe to toe with WWE big main eventers. Because if you remember going to war, if you replay the facts of war, you're going to put your biggest guys first. Name me someone in TNA that's believable that could beat Braun Strowman.
I can't think of anybody right now.
PCO would be the closest.
Well, I mean, PCO used to be former WWE.
Yeah, at the most, I don't want to see this go to the main roster.
Wait.
Shadow, you're saying
Moose versus Braun Strowman?
Right now.
Moose versus Braun
Strowman's also not a main event run right now. Like, could they get away with some people? Like, yeah, I could see Josh and maybe Cody.
Josh and Cody Rhodes. That'd be good.
Do we get AJ Francis?
Oh, fuck, God. Why do you have to ruin everything, Scalz?
Because it just popped in my head. That's why I started laughing first.
We had such a good thing going. And
okay.
Scalz goes,
what about
Crazy
Joe Hendry
Steve versus Joe Gacy from Velocity?
What about Joe Hendry?
Oh, come on. Joe Hendry for Mr. Money in the Bank. No, I'm kidding.
Joe Hendry and R-Truth. I don't see their main event players.
I get that, but you have the women's division, and then you also have for the mid card. Doesn't necessarily need to be for the main event.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But
Rosemary, Nikki Cross would be crazy.
That would be.
Scalz, that door got opened when Nick Aldis signed his contract, buddy.
Yes, I agree.
When Nick Aldis signed under that dotted line, that door went right back open for Mickie James.
I was expecting her to. Well, I think the door got open once she came back and did a Rumble appearance last year in 2023. I want to know if anybody is going to go to TNA from WWE. That's what I want to know.
That would be interesting.
Are we going to get any of the mid-card guys going there or the cruiserweights for the X division, like somebody like that?
Or do next Sunday you put the titles on the brothers, on the Good Brothers, and allow the Good Brothers to go over there and fuck up Bay and Ace Austin.
Shadow. Throw Cardona off a stage. Never mind, that's been done.
I gotta agree with Shadow. The money's on the women doing crossovers, not the men.
Yes.
So, women's divisions, dude, those NXT and WWE's main roster women's division stand toe to toe. And Jordan's already shown that by being in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be so. Oh man, we're getting to see her on in two matches, so she's at least done. She's at least doing two matches. What do you mean? What just happened, Will? It was 2022. I thought it was 23.
Mickie James was in the Rumble. Yeah, it was 2022.
Oh, 2023 was the Rumble with no surprises. That sucked.
Yeah.
I hate that. Was one of the worst Rumbles because there was no, like, it was a good Rumble, but there was no good Rumble spots, like, well, come on in.
I know what you mean.
I told you can come in when you're done if you want.
Oh, shoot.
But tonight's NXT, besides everything that happened there with the surprise debut of Ethan Page and showing up for Jordynne Grace, like, the show was good altogether.
I'm super behind.
We have talked, and
okay, no problem. Will
we've talked about all this stuff that with Jordynne showing up tonight that could open up with Ethan showing up tonight opens, I think, at least not physical talk between Sean and somebody, but now Ethan. Now they have an ear to, like, with Spears, and now you have Ethan Page.
Spears.
Who's to say that Scorpio doesn't decide to try to tip his toes in the sand?
Well, no one knew that she was coming. There was no rumblings of her showing up in NXT. The rumblings that there was that Tegan Nox was going to be Roxanne's opponent for Battleground. Like, that was what the rumblings were, not this.
I was kind of low-key hoping it was going to be Cora Jade since she had been at the NXT house shows, but I mean, I don't know.
Fightful Select said that Ethan Page has signed with WWE.
Well, no shit, son.
Yeah, well, we'll say
what gave you that hint? Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen: TNA star Jordynne Grace shows up with TNA.
No one knew that he was even a free agent yet. He kept it so under wraps because he didn't want anybody to know until he showed up someplace.
Yeah, and then Will said over here, this makes what I said about Natalya coming over to work at a TNA show make way more sense now.
Yeah, I think she's going to re-sign and stay with WWE though, and now she's going to go to do both, and I think that's what's going to be eye-opening for her. I think that's going to be her contract.
I booked it, Will. Here you go. Ready?
Oh, shoot, Jax.
Battleground. Jordynne Grace comes out victorious. Not only do you get the TNA title on NXT TV, you get the NXT title on TNA. But it's Slammiversary. The NXT title's up for grabs against a mystery opponent. And that mystery opponent is Natty Neidhart.
And that's how she brings the belts back to
that's how she brings the women's title back. You give Natty her women's run, you give Jordynne a women's run. It's the first time, and I dare to say history, but it's the first time that I can remember that other than the TNA AW thing, another champion holding another company's belt.
True. I mean, then again, I've also been thinking about this myself. I feel like I'm not in no way am I diminishing this whole fact of Jordynne Grace and Roxanne, because this is absolutely freaking amazing. Thank you, Sean Mike. Thank you, Uncle Sean, for giving us a absolute banger that's going to happen next Sunday. But I have a feeling the reason we're kind of putting Jordynne Grace in this situation is so that by the time Heatwave rolls around, maybe this is where, if Roxanne retains, we get Roxanne versus Julia.
So that has been the plan all along.
Okay.
Her injury has
Yeah.
potentially derailed that, depending on how long it takes for her to heal. Now, when Julia does come over here, she is still going to be working Marigold dates. And it would not surprise me to see her as a Marigold champion and having her carry the belt between both there and here as well.
Yeah,
So
that'd be cool.
I think we're going to see a lot more of the cross promotion type things with WWE in the future. And it's going to potentially open up for growth in many different ways.
It's going to be interesting, Scalz.
Oh, absolutely.
Without a doubt.
That's Mama Muscles in NXT. Like, that's awesome. I mean, they're technically independent contractors.
I guess when you look at it one way, sure.
Who is?
Wrestlers, aren't they? Aren't they considered independent?
Right. Yes, you are correct.
So
I thought you were talking about for WWE because WWEs are classified, but they're not really.
Yeah. I don't know. They let them work Barnett's Bloodsport. Like, these doors are opening slowly now that a certain someone is gone.
Yep. And it's just, I'm here for this ride because I don't remember the last time I got like this excited about debuts, and it's because we didn't know about them.
And this is what I like. I like that we don't know about them. Like, I think the first time we really got something like this was when Tonga Loa appeared at Backlash. We had no idea that he was done with his New Japan contract, and boom, we get him there. So, it's like,
that's 3 people in a row that came and appeared from other companies, and we didn't know about it. The last time that happened with anybody, we got what? Shane McMahon?
Yeah,
and before that, and that was that far ago? Mania 31?
No, 39.
39. Right. And then before that was the Hardys at WrestleMania.
At 33.
No one knew about those. I'm forgetting CM Punk, obviously. I just remember him from this year in Survivor Series. But
I think that was the shock of the year back last year. CM Punk
saying, like, they make the debut that much better when we don't know what's going on.
They really do.
This is why I only talk about it. I don't look behind the scenes. Like, genuine like this. I had no idea Ethan Page was the one attacking people.
You know, and again,
all I read today was that we were going to find out who it was.
Yeah.
That's all I read.
Today has been a weird day for me all around, Scalz.
Hey, Tommy, thank you for all the biddies. Appreciate
Thanks for the biddies, Tommy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bubba. Thank you.
But yeah. Anything else we want to talk about? just coming down from this high, this show, like it was.
This show is just—it's ridiculous, man.
Anything else? We got the Good Brothers challenging for the titles at Battleground.
Yes,
they will win.
So
hopefully they win and get the belts.
Yo, wouldn't it be crazy though for the OC if we had the Good Brothers as the NXT Tag Champs, and then Michin or Mia becomes the Women's North American Champion? Hey, we got gold all around.
In OC the is running NXT. That would be interesting.
That's just me talking, but like
Battleground's going to be.
Cool.
Battleground's going to be an opening of like, if WrestleMania is like, I don't know, dude, Battleground's shaping up to be bigger than Stand and Deliver.
Just because I think Battleground can be a game changer for NXT. It could be almost like resetting everything.
Yeah.
True.
Especially with the involvement of now TNA.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities that can happen.
It's going to be something worth tuning in and watching every week.
I mean, honestly, it's going to keep us like on the edge of our seats, like waiting, like what's going to happen next, what's going to happen here, what's going to happen there. Like, head's got to be on a swivel.
Mm-hmm. So good. I'm so excited for this.
And Scalz, as we say, this is why NXT is the best weekly show in pro wrestling. Period.
Mm-hmm. I think after Jordynne Grace showed up tonight, I wonder how many people tuned in after that to see if anything else was going to happen.
Right, yeah.
Because there was a lot of talk on Twitter tonight about this. Like, everybody was talking about what happened.
Oh, my God.
We've been here an hour talking about it.
Yo, I can see you pulling up Ethan Page on TikTok right here, and I'm just like, oh shoot, yo, I'm so freaked out the fact that Ethan Page like Lash and Trick are just talking. He's just like, get your bitch ass out the way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this. I want to see where this goes, but.
You know what made these debuts so much better?
What's that, Jax?
There was no hype.
Exactly.
There was no big business. There was no this and the first dance, and like it wasn't none of this spectacle behind it. It was just, hey, thank you for watching.
This is what,
special.
We're doing this for our loyal watchers. We're giving you something.
Absolutely. And you know what? It kind of goes back to, I mean, people could say this kind of goes back to like a bit of the old head thing, but it seems like WWE is kind of listening to a lot to like their fan base a little bit, because by like first, like by having Tonga Loa like with Backlash, and now we've had like, you know, the surprise return of Gallus just recently, and now we've got like freaking Jordynne Grace, and now All Ego Ethan Page getting involved in NXT. It's like it's bringing that like, you know, the natural surprise, and not like people saying like on social media that, oh, this person's gonna come back and do this person's gonna say that. No, they keep it completely silent so that when it happens, everybody's reaction is gonna be like, for everybody who's watched it tonight and gone, holy fucking shit, what is happening?
Yeah, it's must-see TV.
Exactly. That's what it's supposed to be.
Everybody is tweeting about this tonight.
Oh, Twitter's been going nuts.
Man, I am so hyped for all this. I can't wait till next week, and then I can't wait for Battleground.
Right,
Battleground.
like what is it? The cue the Big E meme.
Next week we'll do our covering of NXT, and then we're going to do our Battleground predictions.
Okay.
These
So
are going to
we'll do
be
a half
so
and half
much
show.
fun and very difficult to do.
I'm sure we will have all the matches announced by then, and I am looking forward to that. Is there anything else we want to touch on tonight before we head on out of here?
I think we pretty much touched on all of it.
All right, let's do this. Closing
Hold
the
on.
tab.
Hold on.
What do we got?
I'm going to present my screen.
Oh, hello.
Is it safe for me to put up?
Yes. There it is.
Oh my!
The first official graphic by NXT.
My goodness, man.
And the belt is prominent right there.
Yep.
The belt.
Yes, it is.
I love that they're showing that belt.
Yep. You know what? There's also one other thing that's actually been on my mind, and I mean, I guess it also depends on what happens here too. Knowing that, I think we also covered it too. But like Jordynne Grace doing this kind of move over to NXT for Battleground and all that. Of course, it kind of got me wondering, what do we see like Jonathan, her husband Jonathan Gresham getting involved? But then again, we said it's more for the women than the men.
Well, I mean, he tweeted out tonight. Wait, I thought you were going to the grocery store.
That's crazy.
So he's playing into it too. Like he didn't know she was going. So
that's
Wait.
great.
but what? What, Jack?
Prestige Wrestling
Oh,
tweeted first time ever Ethan Page versus Shelton Benjamin, July 12th.
Interesting.
Ethan Page versus Shelton Benjamin. Oh my lord!
And it's tweeted by Prestige Wrestling.
At what time? When? Was it before today?
No, I'm trying to figure out the exact. No, it was tonight at 10:12.
Oh, I think that's his. I think Will said that's his promotion. Is that his promotion, or is Prestige his? Will?
I don't know.
Will
He's
would
on
know.
the card in
That's why I'm
like
asking him.
3 more.
Oh, his promotion is Alpha One. Yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they're going to allow the wrestlers to go elsewhere, it's just going to be great. But, all right, let's head on out for tonight. Jax, where can we find you?
Anywhere and everywhere. Follow me on Twitter, Jaxmo2020. Hit Linktree. The new Boyfriend Time Reacts video has dropped and is, can I say, doing quite well. But go over to YouTube at youtube.com at Boyfriend Time Podcast. We cover Baby Metal this week, which is awesome. Right here every Tuesday, every Sunday, over on Rivet City Radio for Bot Spots and Chair Shots and Nerdy News at 420 on Thursdays. Yeah, that's about it.
Phil?
I'm also going to say this too. Top Dollar also just tweeted out TNAJ Francis is greater than NX Top Dollar. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. So for the ladies and gentlemen that have stuck around to the end, thank you for stopping by. And if you still want to see this beautiful face gracing your computer screen, your tablet screen, wherever you find us on the interwebs. You can find me over on Twitch, on IG, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, all the good social medias under the name that you see right down here. That is Phil the Future. You'll catch me here every Tuesday night for NXT on Tap with my amazing two co-hosts right up above me, as well as sporadic occasions on Thursday nights, Boss Bitch Trivia Hour, where I am still your reigning, defending, undisputed Boss Bitch Trivia champion, still looking for any opponent to face because I am in need of a challenge. And that's all I've got to say for y'all. Have a great week.
I am Scalz. You can find me here every week on NXT on Tap on Tuesday nights with these two amazing gentlemen. You can find me on Friday nights on Friday Night Review here on Off the Top as well on both Twitch and YouTube. Also on Off the Top Media _ on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, help us spread our voice out there so this way we can continue to grow, continue to have an opinion on things. We enjoy doing this. We love it. We want to be able to do it for longer. So I want to thank everybody again for coming out tonight, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great evening.
Later.